We're live on YouTube.
Pal.
We're live on YouTube. Yep. Mm-hmm. And now, can ease in. I don't know if Dr. Calzones is showing up, but I'm ready if you are, Triple J.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like I said, I got to stop and got to take a quick break and tend to do that, and then I'll be
All right,
ready
well,
to
I'll be
go.
live on YouTube and still, I'll hold it. I'll hold it for the Brainiacs.
Why is Jay White going with that pirate look recently?
Jay White!
It really upsets me.
I love it. We need more pirates. More pirates.
G1 Climax.
Tunnels weren't closed yesterday.
G1 Climax.
Let's do it.
And now from east of the Pacific to west of parts unknown, south of Mars, north of hell, here are the smartest minds in the sport of professional wrestling. This is Brainbuster Radio.
You only learn the way you are inside when life gives you the test. Will you back down, turn and run, or stand up with the best? When your back's to the wall, what will your answer be? Will you run for the door? Will you run out on me like it's hard? It's no holds barred.
How the hell you doing, Brainiacs? Long Island Iced Tea here, ready to talk programs with you, and more, even more so than that, I'm ready to kick ass and take names with you, Brainiacs. WWE Stomping Grounds in the Tacoma Dome in Washington State. It's a big, big day in the sport of professional wrestling, and that's why we have Mil Calzones on the Unos and Doses here, and we have Jumpin' Jacob J to make sure we're in order to talk about this very important, unpredictable evening in the WWE.
Yeah, well, Alan, I've been on a bit of a hiatus, I guess, not from the world of professional wrestling, just from this program. But I'm back today. It is Stomping Grounds. Do you think this is going to be the new Great Balls of Fire?
Oh, I think this is going to be.
Although I don't know if Samoa Joe has he even said Stomping Grounds.
He hasn't said Stomping Grounds, but I think this is going to be something totally unto itself, Triple J. Not to take anything away from Great Balls of Fire, but Stomping Grounds is the night where we kick ass and take names.
Yeah, and if the shoe company Lugs was still in business, they would be sponsoring all over this thing.
Hell yeah. Yeah, Funkmaster Flex would be out there DJing the live event, and it would be on. But you know what? It's on anyway because we've got it's a pay-per-view where there are two theme songs, Triple J. There's an unknown guest referee, and not to mention the 24/7 title could change hands multiple times throughout the day.
Yeah, it could be changing hands right now.
As we speak. It could be changing hands outside of the door of the studio. I locked it just in case Drake Maverick and a bunch of hooligans spilled into the studio, because it even happened at his wedding. Did you see that, and how much did you love it?
Yeah, it did happen at the wedding. I really appreciate the commitment that they're putting into this thing, you know, bringing into real life scenarios outside of the ring. It was not just a gimmick wedding, was it? He was legitimately getting married.
He legit got married, and he legit lost the championship at his own wedding.
EC3 was the best man, it looked like.
He was, and he had a solo cup standing at the altar as the best man, which, I don't know. It's a little tacky for me, but hey, to each his own. It looked like a beautiful wedding for everybody.
Yeah, it did. So yeah, the 24/7 title could change hands multiple times during this program. But let's get right into what's causing this. Like you said, not stomping ground, but stomping grounds. We're going to be, kicking names and taking ass or something like that, at least. So let's just get right into. Now, I actually don't have what is on the. Do they still have kickoff shows for 4-hour pay-per-views?
Sure. I don't know. Is there an official kickoff show for
Well,
this one?
nothing is labeled on the kickoff show, at least for me. So I'm just going to start at the bottom of the list, and that is according to the new WWE.com, not my own rulings. But this is for the Cruiserweight Championship. Tony Nese still holding that thing since April, taking on Tozawa and the Philadelphia Stretcher, Drew Gulak. How many opportunities does Tozawa need? Is the first question I'm going to pose to you.
If you win,
I feel like this guy has had
contenders
title matches for the past 11 months.
if you're really good at multi-man matches, it proves that you could get as many title opportunities in an infinite amount. Triple J. Tozawa wins multi-man matches and he gets these chances. What do you want?
I want him to win one,
retire.
or win one of these title matches, or else stop being put in them. That's what I want.
He is an opportunist, and he gets his chances at these. He just hasn't capitalized too many times. It's a poor average, I'll admit, but I'm fine with Akira Tozawa being in this match. And Drew Gulak, though, who's the title's eluded him forever. And if you would like, Triple J, I could spend the next 30 to 45 minutes describing to you all the times he's failed, but why Drew Gulak will win this match with my PowerPoint presentation, which I'm prepared to show you.
I understand you're prepared. I'm more interested in, because this is a multi-man match, but like, is there a threshold where Tozawa exceeds? Is it like four plus men, he has a greater winning chance than 3 or less?
I don't know the math here. A man called Wired is the math guy, and he's not here for some unknown reason. He probably is driving up to Tacoma, is my guess. But I don't know the odds here, because if you're doing math here and you're calculating things. Tony Nese has 8 abs. So those have to count for something, I think.
Are you willing to put your money where your mouth is? Because is Tozawa going to do this long in a multi-man match? Is he finally getting over the hump?
No, I think it's going to be Drew Gulak. Tozawa is
via submission.
I look forward to Tozawa being in the Cruiserweight Championship match at SummerSlam, maybe, or perhaps at Extreme Rules even next, or maybe Clash of Champions. I don't know exactly when, but he'll be in another match. He'll get his shot. Tonight's not going to be his night, though. It's going to be Drew Gulak. Someone's going to the ring, one of those two guys, and they're going to get stretched.
Oh, yeah, that's hopefully both of them are going to get stretched a little bit. But, just with that brief match you've presented, I'm going to say 8 is the lucky number. And we're not talking about the Ricochet match yet. That'll be a little later. But I'm going to go with Tony Nese on this one, retaining the title. I'm a big fan of consistency, and I hope that's what we see here.
So you got Tony Nese retaining, 8-pack abs. I got Drew Gulak, who's quickly becoming my favorite athlete to ever come from the city of Philadelphia. A low bar, I know.
That's saying a lot.
But he's someone I actually enjoy from Philadelphia. I'll be pulling for the Philadelphia Stretcher in that one. It's going to be really good. We're talking about the most exciting television show in the world, and here it is, the championship match, a triple threat, kicking off Stomping Grounds. Can't wait for that. But then, nothing like nobody talks about this enough, except probably me and Vinman, Triple J. The next match, you don't ever just get tag team matches that are just grudge matches on a pay-per-view anymore. I can't wait.
And with that, I need to get my clothes out of the dryer.
Well, Triple J's going to go get his clothes out of the dryer live on YouTube, listeners, Brainiacs. I, of course, am talking about Big E and Xavier Woods versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. We'll break it down in just a moment. I will take this opportunity as Triple J leaves Mil Calzones and I here abandoned in the middle of nowhere with no order to tell you about Brainbuster Radio live on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel because we're doing more and more of these. We do them after Monday Night Raws, after SmackDown Lives. We might even do another one after Stomping Grounds if we have time. The thing is, Brainbuster Radio, whenever we damn well feel like talking pro wrestling, we do it. And I'll tell you right now, the doctor and I, is he a doctor? Are you a doctor still? Yeah, Dr. Calsonis and I plan on doing some live viewings of New Japan pay-per-views and shows coming up on New Japan World. So if you have New Japan World, we're going to do live commentary while we watch the shows. So we're not going to stream the show for you. You got to subscribe to New Japan World to do that, but we're going to watch it with you and talk about it live right here on our YouTube channel, and we're going to have a lot of fun doing that. We're going to have a lot of fun with Brainbuster Radio episodes in the future. We've got all your favorite Brainbusters are still around. I know some of them have been on limited dates. We've got, a man called Wired who's, I don't know what his deal is, if it's an injury or if he's going through personal issues. He'll be here soon enough. Vin Man is on limited dates, so you know his deal. Moose the Mark, I heard, has been building an entire new forum for Brainiacs to complain about wrestling. I don't want to hear about it, but I know he's been busy on the internet gimmicks, and it's a really different, exciting time in not even professional wrestling, but Brainbuster Radio as well. We evolved with it, and just you wait, Brainiacs, more and more to come. At the Brainbusters, tweet it, read it, tout it, shout it, be all about it on Twitter, Instagram Junior, and Facebook. And of course, subscribe to this YouTube channel now. There's a lot more fun Brainbuster Radio activity going to happen right here. Triple J, are you back yet from playing with your laundry? He is not. So, while Triple J still goes and does household chores, what you hear, Brainiacs, is one of the two themes for Stomping Grounds. It tells you, how you know it's going to be a great pay-per-view. You have two theme songs. You have this one, and then you have the Boots Are Made for Walking theme. Very cool. And also, the card is stacked, if you ask me. Grudge matches, championship matches. You've got the unknown guest referee we're going to talk about, and you got a steel cage. Stomping Grounds shaping up to be a really fun, different pay-per-view for the WWE. Big changes rumored coming to WWE. I know the rumor mill's swirling, and people on Reddit and some dirt sheets out there are saying things about Vince McMahon changing it up, shaking things up. But you know what? We are not going to talk that this week. We don't want to rumor monger on such a big pay-per-view day. We will get to that soon enough, but we know that there's not going to be commercial breaks with featuring wrestling anymore. We're hearing there's all kinds of craziness being reported by the Wrestling Observer, so we're going to keep our ears to the ground and figure things out. But Brainiacs, today's about Stomping Grounds. Let us know your predictions. Tweet at us at the Brainbusters and let us know who you got. I want to know especially who you think the special ref's going to be. I'm racking my brain to give Triple J a good one in a little bit here, but I don't know quite yet. We'll figure it out by the end of the show. Triple J is back now. Let's get back talking Stomping Grounds.
Yeah, are we still talking about that grudge match, tag team?
Yes, the New Day versus the French Canadians.
They're not officially billed as the French Canadians, are they?
They are the evil French Canadians, as Vin Man and I call them through text messages.
Okay, so
and
of course
what we haven't had for a long time is good, evil French Canadians to root against in WWE.
You're probably right about that one, and of course you're talking about Lay Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn here taking on 2/3 of the New Day, Xavier Woods. Make sure you pronounce the X, and Big E. Is there a title opportunity, down the line for this one, or is this
doesn't matter
strictly grudge match after what happened the past 2 weeks?
Yeah, championships don't matter. That Clash of Champions is
what
coming
do you mean
soon.
Championships don't matter?
Championships don't matter when the New Day and the evil French Canadians get at it tonight at Stomping Grounds. Triple J. Sometimes those things aren't an issue. What is an issue here is the personal grudge that Kevin Owens tried to replace Big E. And now Big E gets to get his hands on that sucker. And then Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn have been antagonizing their boy, the WWE World heavyweight champion Kofi Kingston nonstop. So these guys got to do it for the boy. They got to do it for themselves. They got to do it for the New Day. It's a big one, Triple J. It's just a championship isn't an issue here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to break it down. Of course, you've got Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn clearly with the, advantage whenever it comes to years tagging or, even just personal friendships. We know that was rocky many times over the past decade or so. Although you've got Big E and Xavier Woods, who all three of those New Day members interchangeably seem like, they're closer knit than almost anyone out there. But
I'm also starting to see a lot of singles championship potential in Big E and Xavier Woods. Triple J. I mean, did you see Xavier Woods go toe to toe with Ziggy on SmackDown?
Yes, I did see that. Big E, he's coming back from that injury though. I don't know if it's gonna manifest itself or rear its ugly head.
Do you think Xavier Woods is closer to a singles title than Big E?
No, absolutely not. I mean, maybe unless you're talking the 24/7 title, then perhaps.
You said that like you were almost offended. That's such a quick answer.
Well, look at the two. I mean, it's obvious. One has had success, championship success in NXT and then the main roster, and one has not.
That was so long ago for Big E, and Xavier Woods has evolved as a competitor. I think as singles wrestlers, both these guys I think have championship potential, but they're teaming up right now, and I think this one might get violent. These French Canadians, I don't know what it is about them, why they dislike the New Day so much in particular. I mean, there are championships they could go after, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, but they're obsessed with the New Day. Why?
Well, I mean, you'd have to really ask Sami Zayn that. I don't want to speak, I don't want to speak for him.
Are you afraid to criticize Sami Zayn, really? Are you afraid of him calling you out on Raw or SmackDown?
I just feel like, recently some things have changed in my personal life, my thinking that I should not be criticizing some of these people as I may have once done.
That seems like you're.
And also, I don't want to I don't want to go in an electric chair either.
You're really avoiding confrontation. I think you need to worry about that, Triple J. Just speak your mind. It's Brainbuster Radio.
I'm picking Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in this one. That's speaking my mind. I think they're going to win this one. I don't know what that means for the long run, but I think they're going to be better than Big E and Xavier Woods tonight.
Why do we have to talk about the long run? This isn't about the long run. This is about kicking ass and taking names. Whose name is going to get took in this 2-on-2 contest is what it's about, Triple J. And I got Owens and Zayn's names getting took by the New Day because they done messed up when they tried to infiltrate the New Day. They done messed up when they tried to screw Kofi Kingston out of championships. They're going to get it at Stomping Grounds, the night where we kick ass and we take names in the WWE.
Yeah, we're going to see about this. This is, one that we are disagreeing on. There are, I guess you'd have to say mild personal issues going into this match. I hope it keeps going, although don't even get me started on this whole wild card rule. And I don't even think it's a rule now. It's more like a wild card general guideline, so to say.
I'm enjoying the wild card, but I am waiting for the day where someone just comes in, starts wrecking shit, and just doesn't ever say anything on the mic except wild card.
Wild card. Let's talk about another tag team match. The SmackDown Tag Team Championship. There's going to be a lot of beef in this ring, and I don't know how Daniel Bryan is going to take to that. But him and Rowan. Long Island, quick prediction. What kind of shirt is Rowan going to be wearing?
Ooh, Sepultura.
Maybe Diamond Head.
I don't know. He hasn't gone anything pre-1985, I think. Do you?
Not that I can recall. I mean, it looks like it is, but
I'm going to say he's going Gojira.
Okay.
What's your prediction?
I will go... I'm going to go Cradle of Filth, actually.
Was he rocking Corrosion of Conformity the other day?
I don't know. Some of those I don't even know. They just look really cool. But yeah, Tucky, part of Heavy Machinery, and Otis. Does he have a last name anymore, or is he just Otis?
Otis and Tucky.
Otis and Tucky taking on Daniel Bryan and Rowan. This is going to be a challenge for Daniel Bryan and his intellectual equal Rowan. But if there's anybody that can match the size and the strength that Heavy Machinery brings, it's going to be Rowan. So I think Daniel Bryan is going to strategically rely on Rowan to almost carry this match while Daniel Bryan will still be barking orders. He's going to be doing a lot of coaching in this one, but whenever it's time to get in there, he's going to be a player also.
I think Daniel Bryan should just sit back, eat some kale chips, and let Rowan show the world what he could do. I think Rowan could kick ass and take names, and he's going to do it in this match. I do. You want the beef, pal. There's a lot of people don't realize how strong a vegan can be. Eric Rowan's going to prove that tonight. And if you doubt me, Brainiacs, call and leave us a voicemail, 412-407-5BBR. And let us know, 412-407-5BBR. I want to know who you got winning this tag team match for the SmackDown tag titles. I'm on the side of Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan. They are the Planet's champions, Triple J. I'm all for paying homage to the Bushwhackers, but let's not forget, those marching morons never won jack shit in the WWE. They're Hall of Famers, sure.
They're Hall of Famers,
not gold
favorites, but you're right, never held championship. Dr. Calzone, are you there?
Doctor?
Yes, I am.
Now, Doctor, perhaps this would be more in your court. Do you think Daniel Bryan may start marketing himself as the impossible wrestler? Kind of this whole,
the impossible wrestler.
Yeah.
Anything is possible, Triple J.
Could that really get in the minds of Heavy Machinery and all the steaks that they're eating and the weights that they're lifting?
Well, no offense. Every time I see Heavy Machinery, I don't think thinking is one of their things they do.
You may be right on that one.
I will say, if they get Daniel Bryan in that trash compactor move, Triple J, it's over for him.
Yeah, but he's smart enough to avoid it and let Rowan do. Rowan's going to be doing the heavy lifting on Heavy Machinery tonight, and that's why I think that the tag team titles are still going to be held by the Planet's champions.
The impossible wrestler.
Impossible wrestler, Daniel.
Can you believe it? He looks like beef, but not made of it at all.
You're right.
It's Daniel Bryan, one half of the Planet's tag champs.
And I may be making light of that, but please remember, I do not support eating any meat that is not meat. if you have the extra money to buy it and then throw it in the trash, I always condone that.
Brainiacs, I will opposite that and say buy whatever you want to eat and eat it as long as it's humane and it doesn't have disease and gonna get you sick. I say eat it. If it's impossible, if it's beyond, if it's real meat, shove it in your face during this match and enjoy the match. It's gonna be highly entertaining. I gotta say, Heavy Machinery are very good because they do have a great finish, but I don't know. You got the impossible wrestler. Could we call Rowan the Beyond wrestler then? If Daniel Bryan's the impossible wrestler, Triple J?
Oh, I don't know. Let's see what happens now. Put a pin in that and bring that up next week.
You know what I'm gonna do during this match, Mil Calzones? I'm gonna open up my air fryer and throw in some vegan chicken nuggets to enjoy this one. Tastes like chicken, but it's not.
Maybe.
It's definitely not chicken, but it tastes like it, but it's not.
But it's not.
And that's the big point. Let's talk about the United States Championship match. Ricochet winning. Was it a fatal 4-way or 5-way, whatever cluster that was? He came out on top. He's going to be going against Samoa Joe. Although he did lose that title, Samoa Joe, in the past couple weeks, he may be the most dominant champion going into the Stomping Grounds tonight.
And this is going to be the most entertaining match, the biggest match. Vidman would even argue this might be the most prestigious title up for grabs on Stomping Grounds. And it's actually such a big match. if you would like Triple J, Mil Calzones, if you want to patch us in, Doctor, to our correspondent, Lord Alfred Hayes Jr., and we could give Vinman a call to see who he thinks is going to win this match, because he's been hyping this one up big time.
All right, patching through.
Trying to get Vinman on the horn right now for our correspondent. And I hear doubt.
Your call has been forwarded to an...
Sounds like he didn't answer, Mil Calzones. You could try him again.
He might be in limited. I know he's in limited dates. Maybe he's in limited phone calls as well.
Well, I know that we have our correspondents here waiting in the wings. He's been waiting to ask Vinman some questions, but Lord Alfred Jr., if you want to take over and ask Triple J and Mil Calzones some questions, and myself about this big U.S. title match, you're more than welcome. Thank you, Gino. Yes, big match tonight. These competitors are facing off for the United States Championship. Jump in, Jacob J. You first. Samoa Joe and Ricochet are packing a very large man into a frame such as Samoa Joe, and Ricochet flying through the air. Who wins?
I think it's Samoa Joe. I think he's due to keep that title. If I'm Ricochet, I believe my only chance at winning is somehow hitting that 630 where you're targeting the knees of Samoa Joe. We know
and that's 630 degrees. It is the move.
Yeah, so I mean, we know the damage that move can do whenever you try to isolate a body part, which we've seen Ricochet doing recently. Case in point, Cesaro, friend of the show. But I think that's the only way to do it. But I don't know how he's going to have Samoa Joe down. I mean, you can only run away from a monster for so long. And I think once Samoa Joe gets him in that vice, it's all over.
Mil Calzones, Samoa Joe comes out and says, I am the real champion and I'll beat any man. And Ricochet says, no, I am a champion and I will prove myself. Pre-recorded earlier with these men, both confident. Who will be victorious?
Well, I mean, you can say you're champion as much as you want, but if you don't have gold around your waist, I mean, can you really call yourself a champion? I'm going to have to go with Samoa Joe getting this victory. All I hope for is that Ricochet doesn't have any children, because we all know what Samoa Joe loves to do with people who have children.
Yes, very much so. Samoa Joe loves taking pleasure in injuring children.
Lord Alfred Jr., say that very carefully and think about your words.
I will go and get more words and comments, Gino, from these competitors, and I will be back with more for the World Wrestling Federation. This is Lord Alfred Hayes Jr., signing off for now. Thank you, Lord Alfred. I'm excited for this match, too, guys. I don't know why you asked me a question. But Samoa Joe and Ricochet, this could steal the show. You've got the power, you got the speed, you've got the ruthlessness of Samoa Joe. You've got Ricochet trying to do anything he possibly can to break that glass ceiling, if you will. This is going to be huge for Ricochet's career if he could win. But I don't know. I saw Godzilla the other day, and at spoiler alert, at the very end of the end credits, I'm pretty sure there was an image of Samoa Joe's silhouette, so he's got big movies coming in his future, and his theme song's probably going to be played really loud. We're at a dome tonight, Triple J, the Tacoma Dome.
Yeah, I mean, it's loud enough in Washington as it is, but yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good match. You know, people are going to think Ricochet has a shot, but I don't think, I think it's a clean sweep across the board. Is that correct, Long Island? You're picking Joe as well?
I'm going Joe just because I think he's the best champion in wrestling today. I don't see anybody who can defeat him. I think he's the most well-rounded. He's just I mean, he'll beat up a child to keep his title. I mean, he lost his title, and he just went out and totally just schoolyard bullied Rey Mysterio, hurt him, and just took his title right back without even having to have a match.
Yeah.
That is like the most badass way to ever win a title back I've ever seen. He's Samoa Joe.
Just bully yourself.
He just bullied the shit out of him. And also the acoustics at the Tacoma Dome, great. So his music's going to be very loud, Doctor.
Yeah, we'll see how. That's how I'll decide who wins.
That's how you know if Samoa Joe's going to win or not, by how loud his music is. And unless the Ricochet sound effects, Triple J, are really loud. Pew! Pew! Pew!
So they're not going to be louder than Samoa Joe. I'll tell you that.
What if they have Ricochet sounds while he wrestles?
That would be good. Or yeah, you know what? Write that down, Dr. Calzones. We may want to get a soundboard going and record some stuff tonight.
Pew, 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 pew.
Pew! Pew!
We need to just go back to like old Lost in Space episodes and start, just getting clips and sound effects that they
It sounds like a space blaster whenever he's coming out to the ring. I would also if you're gonna soundboard the match, Doctor, have like a dinosaur roar whenever Samoa Joe screams too. That'll be good. I'm all for sound effects during matches now. It's a great idea we just came up with.
During entrances, at least. Let's let that go for a couple more years.
No, during matches.
We'll see what happens.
During matches, mate, and then. Imagine the sound effects we could have during the next match, too.
Oh, woof, woof. I know where you're going here. Now, you got to go back. This is a rematch way back in April from WrestleMania. Roman Reigns, the big dog, taking on Drew McIntyre. Ultimately, I think the result is going to be the same as what we saw at WrestleMania, but I mean, Shane McMahon, this guy is just going to be prowling, canoodling outside the ring. He may hire a mariachi band to come out there and play Roman Reigns' his entrance music just to distract him. It's going to be so difficult for the big dog to stay focused, because if you lose your focus against Drew McIntyre, former champion almost everywhere he's gone, you could get that Claymore seemingly out of nowhere, and that could be a 1, 2, 3. But I don't think that's going to happen. It's just Roman Reigns. He almost, I don't want to say it, he almost needs some backup. I mean, Dean Ambrose is out of the picture. Seth Rollins could never be
trusted.
Yeah, he could never be trusted. That's just a fact. And I don't know if there's anybody on the roster that could really have his back, or that Roman could call a brother.
I don't think Roman Reigns needs any help. He went out there and beat everyone's ass. I mean, Drew McIntyre's desperate. He can't beat Roman Reigns. He's tried, and you know what? He even tried to steal tactics from Samoa Joe, invoking the big dog's kids. You keep the big dog's kids out your goddamn mouth, Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre also, is coming out saying he's going to beat Roman Reigns until he's unrecognizable. He's going to kick his ass and take your name. I will kick your ass and take your name.
Listen, but I don't want to relive what happened in Super Showdown, but let's just all briefly remember what happened there. Okay? I don't want that to happen again.
I mean, it was a finish like that, Mil Calzones, I think you'll agree, will only happen. A perfect sequence like that can only happen once in a million years. That was like hitting a full court shot in basketball, the finish to that match at Super Showdown.
Yeah, now that that's out of the way, I don't see that happening again. But I understand what Triple J is saying. I mean, when it's always someone going after someone, it's always about the numbers, and Drew McIntyre has the numbers, but I don't see it working this time for the big dog. He knows what's going to happen.
Is Shane McMahon undefeated in Saudi Arabia? That's something I just thought of.
Yeah, he is.
He's not really being billed as that, which perhaps they should.
Well, he's undefeated in a lot of places in the world, including Tacoma, Washington. He's never lost there. So, and neither has any of his guys he's seconded to the ring.
And Shane McMahon is not in the match tonight. He shouldn't even. I don't know. Probably somehow he swindled a manager's license in that state where he is going to be out there. Unfortunately, saying all that negative stuff that I did already, I'm still going with the big dog.
Big dog
in this one.
You have to.
I am just going to be a little nervous watching it.
I won't be. He's going to win. I mean, what's Drew McIntyre going to do? He said he's going to kick the big
he's going to
dog's
hit him
ass.
with a Claymore. He's won championships with that before. That's what he's going to do. Don't sleep on the Claymore.
And he said that he's going to take the Roman Reigns' name. So does that mean Drew McIntyre is going to go around calling himself the big dog if he wins?
Oh, I thought maybe it's just going to be like hyphenated, like Drew McIntyre Reigns.
That seems something more like what Daniel Bryan would do if he took your name. He does that with Bella, doesn't he? Is he legally Daniel Bryan Bella?
I don't know. I doubt he's even legally Daniel Bryan, but that's another show.
Daniel Bryan, Danielson, Bella. I got the big dog winning. Come on. Come on, it's gonna be the big dog, and you could cue up the sound effects for this one because it's gonna be boo, woof, boof, woof, ooh, ah.
Dr. Calzone, are you going with Roman Reigns also? I can't remember if you made your prediction.
Oh yeah, you don't even have to ask me.
Yeah, so I'm the only one that's a little nervous, but I am still picking Roman Reigns. And let's go on to a match that I'm not nervous about at all. The SmackDown Women's Championship. Bayley putting her title on the line that she won last month. At least I think it was last month at Money in the Bank. Taking on Alexa Bliss, a competitor who she has a poor record against. Let's just, put that out there so everybody knows. Alexa Bliss, she defeated Bayley, remember, in her hometown in that Extreme Rules match. I believe a Singapore cane is not going to be involved in this one, but I am picking Alexa Bliss to win. So does that mean the SmackDown Women's Championship is going to be on Monday Night Raw now? Or if she wins it, is she automatically a member of the SmackDown Live roster?
Why do you worry about things like that?
Still wild card to Raw?
Who cares? What is with you, Triple J? You're
What do you
obsessing
mean, who
over
cares?
things that.
It's like what side of the road do you drive on?
No, it's not. None of that matters. What matters is who is the champion at the end of Stomping Grounds, whose ass gets took, and whose name gets kicked. That's all that matters tonight. And when it's Bayley and Alexa Bliss tonight, first big prediction and guess I'm making for tonight. Bayley has been conniving this whole time. Everybody's paying attention. Alexa's got Nikki in her corner. Nikki's going to play. Nikki's going to screw Bayley over. Nikki. Nikki got married this weekend. Congratulations to Nikki and Killian Dane. Nikki. But Bayley, with all that going on, I think she's planning on something. I think Sasha Banks makes a return tonight and helps Bayley win. They're going to cheat, of course. Bayley's getting the win with a big hug and a slam, and Alexa Bliss, unfortunately, is going to have to drink coffee without a title wrapped around her waist.
Let me see. Well, I mean, if I'm going with my gut and my heart, I'm going to Alexa Bliss, but I think that's sexist. I can't see what Long Island is saying. I mean, you've been hearing the rumors Bayley is the conniver, and maybe we will see it in fruition today.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I totally
you can't trust a hugger.
Believe those stories, but I was not down in Full Sail either.
I heard that Bayley even made an entire GeoCities website dedicated to ugly pictures of Alexa Bliss.
Well, first of all, I don't believe that because there are no ugly pictures of Alexa.
She even made a whole MySpace dedicated to showing Alexa Bliss in compromising positions, photographs. It's really bizarre. I'm on a Tumblr right now. I'm looking, and she's photoshopped all sorts of heinous things onto Alexa Bliss pictures. Bayley's terrible.
You know what? You better send me that link just so I can verify if it's actually true or not. just to make sure the records are straight.
And Bayley, she needs to quit it with all the catfishing and the fake identities online. We know it's you, Bayley. You're terrible at hiding it.
I don't even think that matters. I think Alexa Bliss is she's just going to win. She's just a better, more accomplished wrestler than Bayley. I mean, Bayley, she defeated Charlotte Flair after that grueling match with Becky Lynch last month. She didn't really have to do much to win it. You know, let's just say that.
Yeah, but don't underestimate Bayley having.
This is like saying the Cleveland Browns are going to pull out a victory over a division rival that they've had little to zero success with over the past 25 years.
If the Browns could get Odell Beckham Jr., I think Bayley could get Sasha Banks to help her beat Alexa Bliss tonight. That's my pick.
So you're going Bayley. I'm going Lexi, and I believe Dr. Calzonis is going Lexi as well.
Yes, I am.
And
I'm rooting for Bliss. I just feel like something's going to go down tonight.
Well, something's going to go down after the Stomping Grounds, at least. Don't forget about that WWE 365 special featuring Alexa Bliss. They got some clips up on the new WWE.com. I may even stay up and watch this one, which is rare for me. Live.
Yeah. I mean, you just, you get an extra pair of socks and maybe watch that one on the iPad in the dark in the bedroom, right, Triple J?
So whatever you want.
Just gotta put a blanket over
I think
yourself.
that's sexist.
So we went from the SmackDown Women's Championship, which may turn into the Raw Women's Championship, I guess. I don't know.
Quit it with that. It's blue. It's the SmackDown Women's Championship. None of that matters.
It definitely matters, but listen, let's talk about the Raw Women's Championship match. Becky won belt, or ein belt for some of our German listeners, taking on the lady Lacey Evans in this one. I don't know. I mean, Becky, she may be Becky zero belts at the end of this. I'm going to let you guys talk about this first. I don't want to channel Wired on this one, but I'm leaning towards Lacey unless someone can convince me otherwise.
I mean, let's look at the fact here. We've got a former Marine, a woman who has seen all kinds of shit in her life, and she's taking on someone who has really been exposed in the last few weeks, and I can't believe the sham that was WrestleMania 35 and her infiltrating that main event, stealing a championship, 2 championships from Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey. And, for a while we all thought, oh, Becky's this great story of perseverance. But you know what? She was conniving, as seen by her disgusting display with Seth Rollins on Monday Night Raw, Mil Calzones.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know. This is a tough one. I don't like either woman, but
what?
I mean, I don't.
Lacey Evans protected your ass as U.S. Marine.
She looks
Show
like
her
she wants
some
to,
gratitude.
She looks like she wants to grab my ass and throw me over some kind of wall. But so I'm not 100% sure on this match. Maybe this would be my match where I just go and make a torta, or maybe get some tamales during this time. Come back, hopefully the match will be over. So I'm gonna stay neutral on this one.
Was there a WWE?
Are you sympathizing with the Irish in this match?
I don't know. What she's been doing lately, it's just I don't like it. So
was there a WWE.com interview with Kathy Kelly or something that I missed where Lacey Evans said, I'm going to throw that nasty over a wall back to the country she came from, and then we're going to go and take care of the Lucha House Party, and we're going to get the likes of Bayley and Samoa Joe out of the WWE.
I don't know if you caught it, but you could just tell by looking at her. She's done an interview like that.
Lord Alfred Hayes Jr., have you talked to Lacey Evans at all about her opinions on issues like that? Lord Alfred? Oh, hey, Gino. Pre-discussions with Lacey Evans and Becky Lynch inquiring about politics and the like, and both women staunch supporters of their respective countries. Just waving the flag. Match up for the ages, Gino. Thank you.
Do you think this could turn into a flag match at some point?
No. What the hell's everyone talking about? This is about the Raw Women's Championship. Why can't tonight on Stomping Grounds we just understand that all of these matches are about two things: kicking ass and taking names? Triple J.
Both of these gals can definitely kick some ass. There's no doubt about that. Lacey Evans she's a better face puncher though. Or punching faces is what this.
I hope Lacey Evans has a loaded glove tonight. Is there a chance she has a loaded glove, Triple J?
One of those gloves with like the lace cuff on it or whatever. I don't know this. I mean, I guess do I have to pick the winner of this match?
You have to pick.
Ugh. I'm going to go Lacey. I think she's going to catch her with that women's right, whether it's a loaded glove or not. I think she's just going to beat her straight up, honestly.
I mean, I'm going to have my right hand cocked and ready to unload into the air in celebration when Becky Lynch loses another championship, because I am just disgusted. I, for the first time in 32 years of life, almost turned off Monday Night Raw when I saw what her and Seth Rollins were doing on the screen in front of children. Triple J,
you're not doing this. You're biased in this whole situation. If Becky Lynch was not dating Seth Rollins, what would your answer be?
What do you mean? What does that matter? It does. We live in a world where Becky Lynch is swapping spit with that son of a bitch Seth Rollins on Monday Night Raw. She's walking around. Obviously, she politicked to get her championship, knowing now that she's with Seth Rollins. She did not win it legitimately. This is a bullshit world we're living in right now that needs to be rectified tonight on the Stomping Grounds of WWE. Hopefully, her ass gets kicked, her name gets took, and she loses that belt.
First, you're blaming Fit Finlay, then the whole country of Ireland, and now you're blaming Seth Rollins, who there's a lot of things you could blame him for, but I don't think this is one of them.
Throw her over the wall back to Ireland, Lacey.
I'm gonna go with a double DQ.
Go for it. The referee may be kicking ass in this thing.
I'm going for the referee to kick ass and take names, because we all know if Lacey Evans takes names, she's taking it somewhere she's not supposed to.
You're right. If Lacey Evans takes names, she's taking them to a big building.
So I'm going for the referee to kick ass and take names.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about
real quick before the next match. I would like to say, since we've been talking about a bunch of negative shit for the last 10 minutes, congratulations to friend of the show Kushida, who recently became the new owner of a Honda Civic. I'm just so happy for Kushida, and he's got a new time traveling device there. Triple.
You couldn't buy a DeLorean.
They don't make those anymore.
Well, you could find one. So
but the Honda is silver, so you got that going for you.
Does it run on trash? Is what I want to know.
They're a blender in the back.
All stuff will have to wait until next week's edition of 25, the top 25 Instagram photos on the new WWE.com. All right, folks, we might be getting steel cage match overload in the next 2 weeks here, because we got a steel cage match tonight, and then just poor booking. You got one on NXT coming up also. I don't know why you don't span these things out, but maybe that's a false count anywhere. But you got Kofi Kingston taking on Dolph Ziggler inside a solid steel cage match. Is this going to be Dolph Ziggler's night? Does anybody think?
No.
What? So you're instantly saying it's Kofi there, Mil Calzones? Doctor?
I think he has to. He's tending to something right now.
He just said no and turned around. All right.
Maybe he was offended by the question.
Oh, I could see. He said no, turned around. He's opening up a torta. All right. Well, I'll tell you, Triple J, I got Kofi winning, but the thing is, I don't think we've ever seen two men with the speed of these two in a steel cage. Usually steel cage matches are brawls and guys who could punch hard and are strong. These are speedsters in a cage, which is different.
Yeah, they are. I believe this is going to be, pinfall, submission, and also escape from the cage through the door or over the top. Is that correct still?
Yeah, pin. Yeah, exactly. You could pin, you could submit,
Here's the big question that I want to know. When either of these men get to the top of the cage, are they going to do the right thing and just climb out of it and win the match? Or are they going to be looking around and trying to hit a big high spot just to get a big pot? Are they thinking with their brains, in this one? Or are they going to be thinking about what people are going to be writing on the board about?
The board is patiently waiting to see what the high spot of this match will be. And I think that high spot is going to be a Trouble in Paradise off the top of the cage onto Dolph Ziggler. I think Kofi's going to worry.
Dolph Ziggler going to be standing on the top of the cage also.
No, it's going to be from the top down to the ring. Kofi's going to not only have a spectacular move, but also retain the championship. You can do both.
How about this? How about the match starts off, Dolph Ziggler kicks Kofi in the balls and then climbs over the top of the cage, and he wins this thing in about 20 seconds flat.
I mean, he's fast enough to do it.
That's what I'm saying. Why would you, why would you think about anything else?
Well, Dolph wants the championship, but don't you think he wants to rectify his loss as well?
No, I don't think. I think he just wants the championship, and that's all you should be thinking about in this match.
I agree.
How many stars somebody's telling you you're going to get.
I agree that this is a big match for it's for the championship, and Dolph really wants that title. But it is also WWE Stomping Grounds, Triple J, and when you're in that cage, you need to kick ass, take a name, and then win the championship.
What better way to do that than defeating your opponent as quickly as possible and leaving as the champion?
I don't see the part where an ass is kicked. When it's super quick. Usually an ass getting kicked, you need to administer some punishment, as Lord Alfred Hayes Jr. would say, and you need to throw a guy into the cage a few times, maybe jump off of it.
Yeah, but it's not like, see, you're thinking of about, video games or something. You don't got to fill up a super meter or an EX meter to know that you've kicked ass. All you've got to do, if you've won the match, you've kicked ass, whether you look like, you've dealt the most punishment or not.
Really? I don't know. I've seen guys win matches where they didn't kick any ass. They just had a wacky roll-up pin, and they didn't even get to take a name. I mean, sometimes it's more than getting the win.
If you're taking a name of a WWE championship home with you, I really don't care what condition you look like.
Well, you think about it, though. Dolph Ziggler, he's not going to do this quickly because he is going to want to administer punishment. He wants to pay Kofi back for embarrassing him in front of the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. I mean, an entire kingdom witnessed Dolph Ziggler lose to Kofi. He was embarrassed at Super Showdown, Triple J. Don't you think he wants to exact some revenge?
Yeah, he does, but in my book, exacting revenge is just defeating your opponent by any means necessary.
Well, I disagree. I think exacting revenge would be to get some blood out of Kofi Kingston's head, but I don't think Dolph's going to be able to do it. I think Dolph Ziggler is on the downswing of his athleticism and in terms of his in-ring performances. Not that he's not good anymore, but I think
get Vinman on the horn. I can't let this happen.
Guys like Xavier Woods are catching up to him, and then when you talk about Kofi Kingston, who's the best athlete in all of wrestling, Dolph Ziggler doesn't stand a chance tonight, Milk Sonas.
I'm going to have to agree. I mean, I don't see him kicking ass or taking names, but I do see him crying most of the match.
You should have been my name! I You kicked my ass and you took my name!
We're going to be seeing a lot of that.
The show off Kofi Kingston.
The prince laughed at me! could have been me.
Do you think Kofi Kingston is going to start off SmackDown Live by just shaking hands in the back and introducing himself to people? Hi, Kofi Kingston.
I'm Kofi Kingston. It's going to be a good cage match, though, I think. We're going to get a lot of fighting on top of the cage in this one, Triple J. I think we're going to get guys, climbing, racing each other. We might get some wacky races in this one. It's going to be really good in that regard. I think we're going to see a cage match unlike any cage match we've ever seen.
I don't know about going that far, but I guess I'm the only one that's going to be picking Dolph Ziggler in this match.
So you're telling me I'm going to be saying WWE champion Dolph Ziggler at the end of the night.
It's going to be him.
I hope not.
Some people think it should have been him. I don't know about that. Doctor, you want to try calling Vinman one more time since he's such a big Dolph Ziggler fan?
Yeah, I'll try calling him another time and see what he thinks about Dog Ziggler.
I mean, Vinman's on limited dates, Doctor. Don't be surprised if he just turns his phone off. Does he go to like a farm in Canada like Brock Lesnar too? Is he just unreachable?
Well, probably. I mean, I think we'll have a better chance getting Brock Lesnar than we do Vinman.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
Well, if you want him to, all right, his lordship says screw it. Just call Wired then if we can't get Vinman. I guess he's the backup. I don't know.
Do we have
Yeah, I guess give Wired a call real quick.
Oh man.
So Wired is the backup of Vinman. They think alike.
I mean, that's Lord Alfred just wants to interview somebody. Lord Alfred Jr. Excuse me.
You got to make sure he knows that we're on Brainbuster Radio right now, so he doesn't say anything incriminating.
My heart goes boom, boom, boom. No one answers the phone. Oh, look at this. What is with everybody? Is everybody? You know what it is?
To talk
No, I think it's what these guys are doing. They're taping their fists because tonight it's about kicking ass and taking names. Triple J.
That's what it's about.
Sometimes when you get, it's like tonight's like going out to the Roadhouse on a Saturday night. You don't want to be bothered.
You're wearing boots. You're not wearing tennis shoes.
You got to get in the right state of mind. I understand these guys are busy brainiacs, but hey, we're here for you. And if you ever want to call and leave us a voicemail, we do leave that wide open all day, every day at 412-407-5BBR and leave any comment, question, or promo you want to cut right there.
1-900-909-9900.
So back to us, I guess, Triple J. Dolph Ziggler, Kofi Kingston in a big cage match.
Yeah.
What was the final count there? You're the only one taking Dog Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler, yes. You two are taking Kofi Kingston.
Oh, all day. It's going to be a great day for the new day tonight.
Take him. Let's talk about the Universal Championship match. I need two predictions from both of you gentlemen on this one.
Oh, I've been waiting. I've been waiting for this.
The first, I think, is going to be pretty easy and clear cut. Seth Rollins versus Baron Corbin. And the second, the more intriguing, more wild card is who is going to be the special guest referee.
It's the most metal match in the history of the Universal title, Triple J. I think we can all agree on that. Baron Corbin was being forced to fight for that championship on turf that he's never been to. He's a native son in many places, not Saudi Arabia. So now he gets a shot in his home country in the Tacoma Dome, and he's gonna win. We're gonna have the most medal Universal Champion ever.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Oh, yep. Here we go, Triple J. Real quick, we've got a man called Wired on the line. Welcome to Brainbuster Radio, man called Wired.
A long Allen Ice T, Triple J. I'm not expected to be on the show right now. How's it going?
You're on the show right now. We're kicking ass. We're taking names. We're talking Stomping Grounds. And Lord Alfred Hayes Jr. has been here wanting to talk to someone on the phone. And he only wanted Vin Man, but Vin Man's on limited dates and doesn't answer his phone. But you were the backup.
Second best is always better than no best.
Well, before I give it to Lord Alfred Jr., Triple J, you got anything you got to ask Wired?
Yeah, Wired. Somebody make sense of the world for me, because these two will not acknowledge anything. If Alexa Bliss wins the SmackDown title, then takes it to Raw, is it still the SmackDown title?
It doesn't matter. It's not about that. It's about being the champion. That's all that matters.
I mean, Triple J, I think the order of those events doesn't really matter. I know it's probably killing you to hear that.
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter in the actual order of what happens after Alexa Bliss wins the title.
Wired, tell them the two things that are most important tonight at Stomping Grounds.
What is Lacey Evans wearing?
What?
And how quickly can Baron Corbin beat Seth Rollins?
No, well, those are important things
you're
we
not
can't
wrong.
wait for. We're excited for those things, but the two things that are important all night long at Stomping Grounds are kicking ass and taking names, Wired. That's what this is about tonight.
I mean, it's my man's right to decide what I'd like to feel is most important. But yes, you're right. They have been saying that it's about kicking ass and taking names. Which ass is getting kicked and which name is being taken the most, you think?
Well, it's gonna be a big night tonight. It's gonna be a legendary pay-per-view. But we have Lord Alfred Hayes Jr., our new correspondent for Brainbuster Radio. He's been wanting to ask you a question. If I could hand it over to him, Wired.
Yeah, I've met the man, so this would be a great pleasure.
Lord Alfred, it's a man called Wired. I know you wanted Vin Man, but here you go. Take it. Thank you, Gino. Man called Wired. Interesting to note, it is you who answered the telephone, not Vin Man. Needless to say, a brainbuster. And question for you, sir. Administering punishment or getting out of the cage is more important with Kofi Kingston and Dolph Ziggler?
I would, yes.
Yes,
I'm sorry, I don't understand your Italian accent.
I am from Britain, sir. I am not Italian.
Do you know our missing friend, Madame Mil Calzones?
Have never met such a person. Back, please stop and back to the topic at hand. It's Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler. The match is important for many reasons. Fighting or getting out of the cage, is it?
The second one. I can't understand your Australian accent.
Ladies and gentlemen, pre-recorded comments from earlier and much more in-depth conversation this Tuesday on Brainbuster Radio, Tuesday Night Titans. Good day, Gino. Thanks, Lord Alfred Jr. Learned a lot there.
Who is that?
Did you guys learn a lot there with Wired and Lord Alfred?
Yeah, there's a lot of discussion.
I wanted to learn a little more, but
Wired, we appreciate you talking Stomping Grounds. Kick ass and take names later tonight.
All the way through to Toy Story 4.
Enjoy it. And remember, you've got a friend in Mil Calzones. Where were we, Triple J? Sorry to take us off track.
No. We were on the Universal title match. We were talking about who's going to be the
Baron Corbin,
special guest referee, and who's going to win the match. I think it's a clean sweep. We're all going most metal. Baron Corbin, Dr. Calzones. Do you confirm that also?
Yeah, you're right. I'm going with Baron Corbin.
So who's the special guest referee? or I guess we should phrase it like this: which special guest referee is going to be able to make it inside the ring and ring the bell without getting ambushed?
Ooh, this is tough because they're all getting. I mean, I've never seen someone so blatantly try to change a wrestling match before it even happens. Like, he's so terrified.
Fix the outcome in his favor.
He's so terrified of losing this match because he knows he can't beat Baron Corbin one-on-one. He knows he's not as metal as Baron Corbin, and he's afraid of a universe where our champion is so metal. So that, with that said, I'm picking Danzig to be the special guest referee, Triple J.
Glenn Danzig.
Yes.
It's not a bad decision. Does he understand the rules of professional wrestling? And is he able to do the job?
If I'm pretty sure Danzig knows how to count to 3. That's all he needs to do.
Okay. This
after
is
the end of days.
A scenario of like a reverse shark cage match where like whoever the special guest referee, he needs to be in a shark cage backstage all night. And then they bring him to the ring and release him out of the shark cage. But,
I think Baron Corbin's smart enough to now he's not going to announce who the referee is until right before the match starts. They'll both be in the ring, and before Seth Rollins could hit him with a chair, Glenn Danzig will come out, and then he'll count the 3 for Baron.
My big prediction for the match is that the special guest referee is going to be none other than Shane McMahon.
The best in the world.
I think so. Yeah.
Really?
Best in the world at reffing and
I do. He's been laying low the whole time. I don't think Seth Rollins is thinking that's who it's going to be. And if you're looking for somebody that can call it right down the middle, 1, 2, 3.
Oh my God!
Shane McMahon has a pedigree.
I could just hear the internet exploding, the keyboards firing up with a feud between Shane McMahon and Seth Rollins, taking up all the TV time. Oh, I hope it happens. They're going to be angry, Milk Calzones.
Yeah, I can already hear the keyboards typing. I think, you know what, I'm going to go outside the box, and I'm going to go with Alexa Bliss as the special referee.
I think that's sexist.
Really?
Yeah.
Could you imagine a woman special guest referee? I mean, I'm ready for that. I would love to see that. And if we're gonna keep with the theme here, then maybe Lizzie Hale will be the special guest referee. Triple J.
That or Lita Ford, if she's still in the area.
I'm hoping. Lita Ford was recently in Tacoma?
I was
wait.
The continental United States.
Wait. Never mind. Sorry, I had it all confused. For some reason, I thought Alexa Bliss was facing him, but he's facing Bailey. Sorry, I'm going to go with Lacey Evans as the referee. There you go. I'm switching it up.
Lacey Evans. She's
there
got that women's...
So after she loses or if she wins or whatever, what better way to get revenge on Becky Lynch than having the person who either beat you or lost to be the referee of that match?
You're right. That's something none of us thought about. That's a smart decision.
Switching it up. There you go.
And then after the match, do you think Lacey Evans will grab Seth Rollins' ass and throw him over a wall?
I hope so, but it's not more of a wall, more of a hole.
It's gonna make a human bowling ball out of him.
I'm excited for this match because of the unpredictability. I'm hoping Corbin, just a word of advice, brother. When you try to lay in that end of days, make sure you cinch Rollins so he can't flip out of it. He's going to try that shit. He's going to try to hit you in the balls. Just be careful, and best of luck, most metal brother. Baron Corbin, Universal Metal Heavyweight Champion, Triple J. I can't wait. It's going to be so metal.
Yeah, Seth Rollins is slimy enough as it is. He's probably going to try to lube up, lather himself in lard for this match, just to squeeze out of anything.
And let's also acknowledge that what Seth Rollins comes to the ring to is not metal. That's scream crying metal. Baron Corbin's going to show him what real metal is tonight.
It's
metal up your ass.
It's a very sub genre of metal.
It's going to be great. Baron Corbin, a huge fan. Can't wait. Seth Rollins, I don't know about you, but the rest of everybody tonight at Stomping Grounds, kick ass. And take names. And I think that's it, Triple J. We hit all the matches.
Those are all the matches.
Oh, man. Are you ready to kick ass and take names?
Yes, I am.
All right, well, then let's get out of here. and do things, I think, the right way, Triple J, with some falls count anywhere.
No, I have not watched this program yet, but I'm going to, and I expect it to be very good and something that everyone else is going to watch. The Mauro Ranallo documentary, The Bipolar Rock and Roller. You don't need Showtime to watch it because it is free, officially free, right now on YouTube. It's a little over an hour. It's going to be delving into the mind of someone that has an illness that, frankly, I don't know much about. And so I'm going to be watching for a lot of information and also just to see about this great man, Mauro Ranallo, that calls professional wrestling and apparently professional boxing and professional UFC, I guess. It's not really my discipline. That's just what I've heard. So make sure everybody goes out there and watches it, just in case there's ever a time where it is not free. That is the Mauro Ranallo Showtime documentary, Bipolar Rock and Roller.
Brainiacs, while tonight is all about kicking ass and taking names, it's also about keeping your head on a swivel, because the 24/7 championship it's changing hands left and right. It's nonstop, and it's really the most entertaining thing going on maybe in all of WWE today, when you've got wacky roll-up pins in the aisle of a wedding. I mean, when you've got guys getting thrown into shipping containers and sent to the Staples Center, when you've got, crazy chases in the middle of matches through arenas left and right. I mean, anything could happen with this truly amazing, remarkable, and I might dare I say it, most prestigious championship in all of WWE. It's the 24/7 championship, and I just can't get enough of it. I know Triple J has the same feelings about this championship as well, because at the end of the day, what we have learned in 2019 is that funny always equals money. If you don't watch Stomping Grounds live, Triple J, I will kick your ass and I will take your name.
I'm going to be watching it live, and thank you for doing that Falls Count Anywhere on the 24/7 title, because I do have a lot that I want to say about that on a future episode. It's just, it always slips my mind. Just like whoever's holding that title, if you're not thinking about it all the time, you're going to lose it.
It's insanity. I don't know if I'd want that championship, but again, we see the superstardom that past champions of the belt have already ascended to. I mean, R-Truth having a renaissance in his career, Triple J, Drake Maverick, the most talked about wedding on the internet since that last one in England. I mean, it's a big deal.
Yeah, I guess it does certain things for your career.
Certain things, like get your name out there, but you got to protect your name. Otherwise, someone could take it. And if you get your ass kicked and your name took, what are you left with? Are you on Raw? Are you on SmackDown? Does it even matter? Triple J says yes. I say no. Brainiacs, let us know what you think. Call in, leave a voicemail at 412-407-5BBR.
1-900-909-9900.
Tweet it, read it, tout it, shout it, be all about it. At the Brainbusters on Twitter, Instagram Junior, and Facebook. When we return on Brainbuster Radio next week, we will be discussing a lot of the rumors going out there about WWE's production changes. We'll go into AEW detail. We'll talk New Japan and the G1 Climax, Triple J, which we didn't even talk about today.
G1 Climax.
We didn't have time to talk about Fyre Fest, which may or may not happen. So yeah, a lot of stuff to talk about. Probably, maybe try to keep it a little light on WWE next week, but we'll have to see what happens tonight and Monday night and Tuesday night.
And also, the rumor is there's a big cookout somewhere in the middle of nowhere that a lot of the Brainbusters will be attending, and there might even be an impromptu either match, show, 24/7 title change. Anything could happen at a cookout. Triple J.
It's also a rumor that the voice of BBR may be there, and that's really what everyone's waiting for.
Oh, Brainiacs, Next week's going to be a fun week, and we're going to recap Stomping Grounds as well. So until then, hold on to your name, don't get your ass kicked, and keep your head on a swivel, because Drake Maverick, R-Truth, and a whole bunch of WWE superstars could be coming for you. For Mil Calzones on the Unos and Doses, trying to not get thrown over a wall by Lacey Evans. For a man called Wired, the Sultan of social media on the telephone. For Moose the Mark on the internet gimmicks, Vidman on limited dates, Jumpin' Jacob J, and Long Island Iced Tea. I'm Long Island Iced Tea saying, I gotta get the hell out of here and kick ass and take names.